What's up, everybody? It's Due Time here, and today we're going to talk about misleading prices. Okay, everywhere you look, people are trying to take your hard-earned money, and you got to think of ways that you can protect it. And one of the best ways you can protect it is to know what strategies people have to take your money. And one of those strategies is having misleading prices. And I'm going to illustrate to you many ways that people can mislead you with their prices. But before we get into it, make sure you smash that like button, hit it as hard as you can, make it turn really, really blue. Okay, and that'll support the channel. So let's talk about going to a grocery store. How do you know which grocery store to go to? Well, you might be thinking, okay, I just need a loaf of bread, so I'm gonna go whichever grocery store has the cheapest price of bread. So you go to the grocery store, you find that this one grocery store has a coupon, and their loaf of bread is only like 99 cents or 50 cents, okay? It's something really, really cheap. So you go to that grocery store, and you end up leaving with more stuff than you planned to get. Now, where's the misleading price in this? Well, you've got something called a loss leader, which is to say that they are selling that loaf of bread for basically less money than it actually cost them. Or maybe they're making a profit, but just very little. And the reason why they do that is because they want to sucker you into that grocery store because they know that bread, milk, eggs, these products are what are the most commonly bought products at a grocery store. So if they put those really, really cheap and then drive up the prices of everything else, then gotcha. Because they know that there's no way you're going to a grocery store for just a loaf of bread and walking out with just one loaf of bread. Ain't no way. That's why they put the loaf of bread, the milk, and the eggs all the way at the back of the store. So you got to pass through all that good stuff in order to get to it. Let's give you another example of loss leader. You talk about video game consoles. Oftentimes, they will sell a video game console for very thin margins. They're barely making anything off of it, if anything at all. Okay, but they know it's worth it to do that because they make money through the digital products that they sell, through the video games, through the in-app purchases. You know, you're looking at that loaf of bread, you're thinking, okay, this is a good price. That video game system, that's a good price. But little do you know, they're gonna hook you in with a lot more money than you planned on spending. So let's talk about buying a new house, buying a new car. Let's say you're driving down the road, you see a billboard for new construction houses. It says low 200s. And you're shopping for your house, so you're like, okay, that's actually right within my price range. That's what I want. So you go to the office manager and you go talk to them. And one thing you quickly realize is that when you're buying a new construction house, they don't give you everything you want. The cabinets are not the color that you want. They don't give you the stainless steel appliances. The kitchen countertops are not what you want. They don't give you the hardwood floors throughout the place. There's carpet everywhere, and it's by design because they know that you're not just going to spend $200. If you really want that, if you want to get the house you really want, you're going to have to throw in several more thousand, maybe an extra 10, 20,000 or 50, 60,000 to really get the house that you were truly imagining. It's the same thing with cars. I was in the market for a new car several years ago, but one thing I quickly realized is that they too have these annoying little things that they don't give you. Like, for example, if you pull up or push down on the button for the windows, it'll automatically go down. You just press it once, it'll automatically go down or automatically go up. But they don't give you that option on the first level trim. Okay, you gotta go the next trim up. Even though that doesn't cost them anything extra, I mean, it's just the way they program the electronics, that they don't give you that. And so there's other little things like, you know, the AC system is electronic versus manual. It makes me think, why did they even have this manual AC system? I mean, you should just make all the trims for the car electronic. The cloth seats versus the leather seats. So they really try and trick you by not giving you what you really want. So they say, okay, this is the price of a car, but they already know that they're gonna sucker you in. They already know they're gonna hook you in with more stuff because they don't tell you that they're taking away all the annoying little things that you really want. So let's talk about the 99-cent rule. Okay, what is that? Well, you guys already know what it is. Okay, it's called charm pricing. So whenever you see something that's 99 cents, it seems more attractive. Why? Well, for a variety of reasons. If something costs $7.99, that's different than just simply straight up making it $8 because of that leftmost digit. Okay, this is $7 something, whereas these other guys are selling it for $8 something. Therefore, it's a lot less cheaper. It's a whole dollar cheaper, even though these other guys might only be selling it for a few cents cheaper. Okay, and there's another logic to it. They did a study by the University of Chicago and MIT on the psychology of the number 9. supposedly there is actually something attractive and seducing about the number 9, actually, believe it or not. They looked at how people react to prices for various clothing. So you can have clothing that costs, say, $32, $35, $39. And what they found is that people are more likely to buy something if it's $39 versus $34. Even though the $39 one is $5 more cheaper, they're more likely to purchase it. Why? Who knows? So let's talk about sales pricing. How does that work? Well, think about the last time you went to the mall, you went to go shopping for some clothes. One thing you'll notice is that almost everything is on sale in perpetuity. Okay, there's always something on sale at these stores. Why? Well, because it's all about psychology. This is another way they mislead you. Okay, if they want to sell something for $30, instead of just selling it for $30, they first got to say, okay, this is a $50 product, $50 dress, and we're going to slash that price and sell it to you for $30. Okay, so the CEO of JCPenney, they got a new CEO once, and he decided that he was going to do away with all that foolishness. He's going to treat people with more dignity and respect and just list the price as they intend to list the price, okay? And he did that, and guess what? Sales plummeted. People didn't want normal everyday pricing. They wanted to feel like they were getting a good deal. Why? Because people look at prices subjectively, not objectively, but subjectively. They say, okay, this is the price, but I could have paid $50 for it, but it's on sale, so I just saved $20. So I'm not even really spending $30. I'm making money, right? So people look at things subjectively. So one advice I would give to you is to step back and think, let me just look at the final price. Ignore the original price. Don't even pay any attention to that. The final price, is it worth it or is it not worth it? There you go. So let's look at another strategy that grocery stores like to use. So you might go to a grocery store like Walmart or something, and they want to sell something for $1. But instead of just saying, hey, this thing cost $1, they'll say 3 for $3. And guess what? If you bring that one item to checkout, it'll only cost $1. So what's the point of saying 3 for $3? Why don't they just list it as $1? Well, because they want you obviously to buy 3 of those things. It's just another way to mislead you into the pricing. They want you to think that you have to buy all 3 of them to get that deal, even though you may not necessarily have to. So let's talk about the subscription model, the pay-as-you-go model. Okay, you look at something like Netflix, costs $10 a month, depending on the plan you got. You look at gym memberships, you look at all sorts of software services. They like to sell it on a monthly basis. Now, what's misleading about that? Okay, even Photoshop, it has a monthly subscription. I don't think you can even buy Photoshop for the several $100s that it used to sell for anymore. Well, the reason why this is kind of misleading is because you look at it and you're thinking, hey, I can get this for only $10 a month, $20 a month. Okay, and where's the misleading part about it? Well, what they know that you may not know is that they know the psychology behind subscription models, which is to say that over the long run, you're going to spend a lot more money than if you had just simply paid one price for it up front. So like when it comes to movies, okay, you might, if you had to pay for a movie as you go, even if it's for a decently cheap price, you may ask yourself, do I really want to spend $10 for this movie, or do I even want to spend $2 or $3 for this movie? But if you're constantly paying X amount of money every month, that's how they get you. That's how they sucker you in. So let's talk about subscriptions. What's misleading about the subscription model? Well, you look at something like Netflix, you look at gym memberships, you look at even Photoshop. Back in the day, you had to pay like several $100s for Photoshop, but now you just pay like $20 a month, I think it is, on a monthly basis. Well, what's misleading about that? Well, people oftentimes, they don't think about how much money they're actually going to spend on a monthly basis in the long run. Okay, so if you had to pay something up front, let's say when it comes to movies, let's say someone is selling, some online service is selling a movie for $3. Okay, you might have to think each time you want to watch a movie, do I want to spend $3 on this movie? But if you got, say, Netflix or Amazon Prime, HBO Go, whatever, and you're paying $10 a month for it, then it's just like you sign up for it and that's just in the background. Okay, you're paying for it $10 a month, and when it comes time to watch a movie, you don't have to worry about it anymore. You're just constantly paying that money. Whereas if you had to pay for a money a la carte, if you had to pay $3 for a movie each and every time, I mean, you may decide to hardly ever even spend money on movies because you don't want to pay that fee every single time. A lot of people are hopping on this subscription model bandwagon because they see how genius it is from a psychological basis. Alright, you guys, I want to thank y'all for watching the video. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. And let me ask you a question. What do you think is more psychologically inducing? What do you think is more misleading? The 99-cent rule, where you think, the leftmost digit, the magic power of the number 9, or do you think the whole coupon thing, like the JCPenney thing? Do you think that's more misleading? What do you think is more psychologically inducing? Okay, let me know in the comments. See you next time.